there do I see my father. Lo there do I see my mother and my sisters and my brothers. Lo there do I see the line of my people back to the beginning.
They do cultivate. They bid me take the place from them.
In the halls of Valhalla,
With the grave,
they live.
forever.
Go berserk. Go berserk.
So why did I start this off with that scene from the 13th Warrior before the final battle? That's one of my favorite movie scenes. I've watched it a billion times. I used to actually use that to get myself psyched up for races. I love it, and I love to share it. But I did that because this is a great time during this quarantine to remind you there are a lot of things you cannot control. You can't control the fact that your pool is shut down. You can't control if you got sick in the middle of the season. You can't control if you can't control what the other people in your lane do. You can't control what your competitors are doing. Okay, all you can control is what you do, and your mind is one of those things that people take for granted, that they have control of it. Your mental training is still training. What goes on inside your mind can be a skill, just like any other skill that we learn in practice, just like anything you learn at school. You practice it to get better at it. Okay, I've known a lot of athletes who will prepare physically very, very well, but then sabotage themselves mentally on race day. I've seen way too many athletes do that. I see a lot of athletes mentally sabotage themselves in practice. They talk themselves out of that good race. They talk themselves out of a good practice because they aren't controlling what's going in and out of their brain. Okay. The skill is that you can push those negative thoughts out and only allow positive thoughts in. That is how you build that confidence. And what I want to make a point here is that that confidence doesn't have to be grounded in reality. It can be completely delusional if you want it to be. Okay? It's silly that I think about this Viking battle scene before I race, but if it helps me, it helps me. Okay? If I have to fantasize that I'm earning my spot in Valhalla by how hard I race, then great. It doesn't have to be realistic. It can be completely delusional, and that's the kind of confidence I wanted to have going into a race. Delusional self-confidence. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? It's part of the game. It was my way of pushing the negative thoughts out and putting something in there that was positive, that was going to make me race better. Okay? In that movie scene, those guys, they were going to get beat. They knew it. There was an army coming over the hill. There was only 6 or 7 guys to fight them. They knew they were probably going to lose, but they did what it took anyway, and they were ready to fight to the end. Okay? I want you to be ready to fight to the end. On a race, everyone of you knows what it feels like when you start to lock up at the end. Okay? You got to put up a fight, and you got to be mentally ready to do that. Hard sets and races. Okay? So, well, I guess I'm going to close this with one more little video clip. I think it does apply to the whole mental racing gig because this is a reminder of why we changed the team name to Berserker in the first place. It has a historical meaning, and so when you watch this, hopefully it'll help put you in the mindset for these dry lands that you're about to do. I've put another link down in the description. It's time to get mentally tough. Hopefully this video helps you out. Enjoy.
Berserkers were absolute wild men in battle. They wore great fair shirts. They just could not be stopped.
It's believed those bear shirts, Berserker in Old Norse, inspired the term for these hellacious warriors.
By putting on the animal, you become the animal. So you shed everything that is human. You put it all aside and you become the bear.